it's me again, Keto Queen ElleAura, or Keto Queen YYC. I'm a registered nurse and keto coach, and I'm here today to tell you a little bit about my journey with self-love and give you guys 5 tips that you can do today to practice self-love. When my friend asked me if I loved myself and about self-love, I kind of shrugged it off, as I have done a lot of work over the years and have really evolved in regards to loving myself. When I was younger, I was bullied, I had very low self-esteem and self-confidence, and I always felt like if I just lost some weight, I would be happy and I would love myself. I divorced from those old feelings and really over the years built up my confidence and love and value for myself as who I am. And I believe that I am perfect the way I am. There is no such thing as perfect, right? So guys, really be gracious on yourself and love yourself. So much easier said than done. But I'm here today to give you some tips about how you can do this. And it's a lot easier than you may think. And a lot of you are probably doing some of these tips already. I know me personally, I wasn't doing all of these tips because I was working from home. And in lockdown, I was just working like crazy because I felt really driven and I felt like it was a really good purpose for me to be helping others. So I put myself last. I don't have kids, but if you guys have kids, you can probably relate to being like always on, working for someone else. You're working for your kids. You're giving them your everything and you're giving them your all. But there is a point in time where, whether it's work or family or just life in general, we're giving so much to other people, but what are we giving to ourselves? And I didn't really think about this. I kind of just put myself to the back burner, and then my body started shouting at me and being like, what the heck? I was starting to feel moody and emotional, and I was kind of taking some time to look inside myself and really reflect. Am I actually practicing self-love? Is it more than just me saying I love myself and I appreciate myself, or that I feel that I add value to people's lives? Is it more than that? And then I started looking into it and talking to people and listening to things on YouTube and podcasts and audiobooks, and I realized I was missing the mark. And I think a lot of us are, honestly, because we aren't taking the steps daily to love ourselves, commit to ourselves, and invest in ourselves. Your health is your wealth, friends, so stay tuned. The 5 steps are here. Step 1 is about our mindset. Often we think, I will love myself more when I'm worthy, when I get my degree, when I get my dream job, when I meet my soulmate, when I lose a few pounds. We always are waiting to love ourselves later. Something has to happen first. We're not ready now. Why not? We need to be ready right now. Time can flash by in an instant, so we literally just have to stop saying later and just do it right now. Easier said than done. We have so many self-limiting beliefs. We're not good enough. We're not pretty enough. We're not smart enough. I've totally believed all of these things and thought I would accomplish nothing in my life, or that I wouldn't be able to hit my goals or move forward. But that's all just BS. Why would anyone say that to themselves? I remember I listened to a famous mindset speaker on stage. He said, talk to your inner child. How would you talk to a child? Would you tell them they're not enough? Would you tell them they're not worthy? Or would you be so loving? Would you be so encouraging? Would you be so gracious? Why do we talk to ourselves so negatively? It makes no sense. You have yourself. That's the main person that you have all of the time. For the rest of your life, you have you. So why would you be so mean to yourself? That's when I really was also working on what I say to myself. So whether you're just looking in the mirror in the morning and telling yourself I'm beautiful, I'm enough, I am worthy, I am smart, I am capable, just do it. It's weird. You might feel like, ew, why am I doing this? But it's so healthy and it's a great habit to form. And anytime you say something negative to yourself, say 5 things positive. Literally, it is going to be a game changer, and you have to just keep creating a habit where your mind is just going to be wired differently. It's going to be more positive, more grateful, and more loving. What really helps me with my mindset, like I was saying before, is listening to podcasts, audiobooks, reading a self-development book. You can learn so much from other people's struggles, trials, and tribulations. And there's a lot of really great authors out there and a lot of great published work, even all over YouTube. It's been a wealth of information. So just dig in. If you're ever feeling down or you're feeling like you just need to take 15 minutes even out of a day to just pour some positivity into your mind about your worthiness, about gratitude, it's going to be so helpful. I listen to meditation before bed every night, and when I listen to my Spotify meditation, it not only relaxes me and helps me get to sleep, but it also gives me so many positive messages. And when you hear things over and over again, that's when you really believe them. This is something I've really had to work on in my early 20s because I was told a lot of negative things from a toxic relationship that I did survive from. You believe what you hear. You know, we may have heard some negative things in our life about us, and we may have been labeled or told that we aren't enough from somebody in our lives, but that is not true. Don't ever own any of that as truth, and you know who you are, and you should tell yourself what the truth is. And it's hard to grasp and make a habit. It will come with time. So just tell yourself every single day, you are beautiful, you are perfect the way you are, and just know that everything that you are doing is enough. With practicing gratitude and saying positive things to yourself, you can write these down. Maybe write down 5 things or say 5 things about yourself and or 5 things that you're grateful for. This can be about yourself, your day. I'm grateful for shelter, food on my table. I'm grateful the sun is out today. I'm grateful I have my dog Joey. It can be simple, but it really rewires your brain into a place of positivity and gratitude. If you're always talking about what you don't have and what you are lacking and life is hard, the pandemic's shitty, I miss my friends, you know, it just brings you down and you will live in that negative space. So really just focusing on saying positive things is going to really help your brain just get into a habit of more positivity. And it doesn't mean things aren't going to bring you down some days, but you're going to be able to get out of it a little bit quicker when you have a more positive mindset. You may be really busy and feel like you have no time. I've literally made every excuse in the book. I've prioritized my business, and I just felt like there wasn't enough hours in the day, but really there is. Whether you're in the bathtub listening to self-development or while you're driving, there is time. Take 15 minutes, carve that time out in your day, do it right before bed. Whenever it fits, just make it a habit. For me personally, I literally need to schedule things into my life or they won't get done. So I schedule in, when am I going to meditate the next day? I look at my calendar the next day. When is it going to work for me to do my meditation and positive self-talk? And that I find is easiest done before bed and when I'm driving or when I'm doing the dishes. When I'm driving, I sometimes don't feel like listening to positive podcasts and self-development. Sometimes I just want to zone out. Like maybe the traffic's really thick and I just want to zone out. What I really love, and I'm not sure if you guys have a playlist that really chills you out, I find that super healthy. I love really like R&B and all that stuff and the hit list, but a lot of it's really like intense and high energy and just sometimes can be a little bit nerve rattling, and you're stuck in traffic and there's like this music going and it's just kind of like and you don't even notice, but you're holding your breath. So sometimes listening to meditation while you drive, I know they say don't do it because you might fall asleep. I don't think that's a thing. Disclaimer, be careful. But it really connects me with my breath. So doing breathing exercises while you're driving or listening to a chill playlist. So my favorite playlist that I stream on my car, and I also have a YouTube playlist, which I can probably publish for you guys It's called Spiritual Songs. I am Christian. I find that my Christianity and spirituality bring me hope and faith that the big guy's looking out for me. But when I listen to the spiritual music when I'm driving, or when I'm doing the dishes, or when I'm having a bad day, it just really brings me back into that space of gratitude and really gives me more hope, faith, and courage, because a lot of the messaging in the songs is just beautiful and very positive. I just find that it just makes me feel peaceful. So if you guys need that playlist, let me know. Just comment and I'll help you find it. It's called Spiritual Songs and it's a playlist on YouTube. But you can also stream it. Hillsongs is a really good one that I stream from my car. So guys, if you don't take the time for yourself, honestly, your body's just gonna take the time. Your body can shut down physically or mentally, and you will have no choice but to work on yourself. So I encourage you, your health is your wealth. Do these tips daily. So I'm gonna give you tip number 2, rest. Making sure that you get enough sleep at the right time and take naps if you need them is so important. Listen to your body. Everybody's body is different, but the average healthy adult needs 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. A lot of you guys are running on overdrive, your tank is empty, and you are just burning out by the minute. It's going to not be healthy for your body, but also probably not for relationships in your life, because you're probably more irritable if you're exhausted. So do set aside the time that you're going to bed at a decent hour. If you're scrolling on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, it's not good for you. And what is it doing for you? It's literally doing nothing for you. Yes, it's a form of entertainment. Yes, you could binge watch Netflix, but is it adding value to your life? Is it adding to your health? Probably not. So don't get lost in the scroll. Don't get lost on the Netflix. Just literally look at the clock. Okay, I have to wake up at X time. Plan to get your 7 to 9 hours every night. I always get usually like 6 to 8 hours, but I know I thrive on 7.5, 8 hours. I've definitely noticed that. But the thing is, with me being a night owl, I would stay up so late and I would just be like, oh, I'm gonna get enough sleep, it's gonna be fine. But the less sleep you have before midnight, the more tired you're gonna feel the next day, the more inflammation there can be in your body. It is just not good for your stress hormones. There's a lot of science about getting more sleep before midnight, how it impacts your stress hormones in your body, which is linked to your metabolism, your inflammation, and your health. So honestly, me committing to going to bed before midnight has made me feel even better. And I'm waking up earlier and more productive and less like chaotic throughout the day, because I'm actually getting shit done when it should be done instead of late in the night. Again, meditation before bed, guys. You literally can put your phone on, plug it in, set your alarm for the next day if you need to wake up at a certain time, and just ignore your phone and tune into the noise. So they're gonna talk positivity, they're going to help you get rid of your stress and help you breathe. We're often not breathing properly, and like I said, if you're scrolling on your phone before bed, it's not good for you. It's a waste of time, but it actually messes up your sleep hormones. The blue light emitted from your phone is actually not going to allow you to have a good quality of sleep. So put your phone down. It can serve a purpose and actually calm you down with meditation. I know meditation's foreign to some people, but just try it and you can thank me later. Step 3, be mindful about what you eat and nourish your body. Don't eat strict diet and stress yourself out and be like, no, I can't have this, no, I can't have that. I know this is weird coming from me, the keto queen, who is kind of anti-sugar and carbs, but I do that because it's healthiest for my body. And I have done a lot of mental work on food over the years. I had struggled with eating since I was a child, and same with my mother. So we both had to do a lot of mental work on knowing that food is for nourishment. Food is not just a reward. It's not just because you're emotional and having a bad day. It's not a hug. It's not comfort or a Band-Aid. It is meant for nourishment. I'm a complete foodie, so you guys are gonna see a lot of food on this channel, and I really believe you should enjoy what you're eating, but it should be very colorful, nourishing, tons of vitamins, tons of vegetables, and low in sugar. But that being said, you guys do you with your eating. Just make sure you're not binge eating Cheetos and drinking excessive amounts of alcohol because you're feeling good in the moment when you do that. That is a negative coping mechanism and you will really regret it later. I've been there, done that, and it is not healthy. It's adding toxins to your body. It's not good for your organs, and you are getting into a habit where you're medicating yourself with food and or alcohol. So just don't go there. Really work on this if it's an issue for you, and make sure you're digging into resources online. There's tons. I'm actually doing an interview with a published author of a book called The Food Jail that's coming up, and I will be publishing it on YouTube. So definitely watch that live if you can. I'm going to put my social media in the comments. We'll be on Facebook, but I will publish it here. She has overcome a lot of struggles with food and the psychology of eating and being mindful about what you eat, but not depriving yourself of what you want. So there's a fine line between eating healthy and having like a problem with food where you cannot eat certain things. So I encourage you, no matter what you're doing with your nutrition, be realistic, be gracious, take cheat meals. I eat keto like half the time because I'm a foodie. I want to live my life and I want to not say no all the time, but I'm not going to sit here and binge eat chips. I might do that a couple times a year. Like if, you know, I haven't had chips in a while, I might overdo it, but it's not like a constant thing. When I was 18, I was eating chips all the time and it was a bad idea. And I gained a ton of weight. I felt like crap, and I was just feeding myself with junk. Put junk fuel in your body or in your car, it's not gonna run properly. It's a no-brainer, but I know it's really hard. So do work on that by digging into resources available all over YouTube, and I will be bringing you guys some support with making those dietary changes as well. So drop me a comment if you need some help with that, and I'll make sure you get the recording with the eating psychologist, Stephanie. With nutrition, I am a huge believer in macronutrition. There's tons of documentaries on Netflix. We aren't getting enough vitamins from our food, even if we're eating super healthy. So take your vitamins, take your supplements. There's a lot of research about vitamin D and B. So do look up what you guys should be taking. In every place, there may be different recommendations, but in Alberta, we do say keep taking a multivitamin, take your vitamin D, and then I work also with a naturopathic doctor, which I super recommend, and they are like super pro vitamins, so I take a ton of vitamin B, and you guys obviously know I take my ketones, which also make me feel amazing every day. So take your vitamins, take your supplements, and that's a part of your nutrition. Drink your water. That's gonna help you function better. If you're malnourished and low on vitamins, low on water, dehydrated, you're gonna feel like crap and you're not going to put yourself first, and your body one day will make you. So just take good care, friends. It's really important that we treat our bodies like a temple. Step 4, move your body. Movement, easier said than done for some. Some of you guys already have this great habit. I used to in university, but I have a few injuries, whiplash, TMJ. I've made a lot of excuses not to move my body because I would feel pain. But the thing is, you don't move your body, your muscles are gonna get weaker over time. It's not good for maintaining independence as you age, and you can get lactic acid buildup or those knots built up, and your circulation's not good through the muscles, so it's just not healthy. So make sure, even if you have an injury, that you're moving your body, even if it's just stretches and mild things like yoga. I love yoga. I used to be addicted to hot yoga way back in the day, and now lockdown we can't, but I've found a really awesome program, and a couple of my friends are doing it with me. It's Yoga with Adriene. I will link that in the comments, And you guys, it's free. It's a 30-day program and it's super, super easy. So it really starts you off with like breath work. It's really good with mindfulness, positive self-talk. You're like getting all of the things that you need from self-care within a 30-minute video, and it's free and on YouTube. So I super recommend that. If you want to take it a step further and like do some like walking on incline, even if it's just within your house, anything that makes you sweat or move more than you usually do, that gets your heart rate pumping, it's going to release those happy hormones in your body, which is so important for your health. I always made excuses, not only that my body had injuries, but I didn't have time. But honestly, schedule it in your phone. I do yoga before bed, sometimes at 8:30 or 9 p.m., 9:30 even at night, and it actually really helps me sleep like a baby. So when you use a good program, it's helping not only with all the positive things they're saying in that moment, but you're stretching out your muscles and you end up feeling so much better. And it's so important to age gracefully and be strong so we can be healthy and active and independent as we are older. So working towards your future is super important. Step 5, final step. Commit to yourself, guys. Do it and do it and do it. And remind yourself, reflect, have an accountability partner, and really check in with one another. Call each other up and say, hey, I'm gonna do my yoga, let's do this. Hey, did you do your meditation? Let's do this. It helps so much. There are so many people right now that need to practice more self-love and self-care. If you are open with this with your friends and family, it's going to not only help evolve your life, but help evolve theirs as well. If you guys don't have somebody in mind that you want to do this with, comment below. I have an awesome community that I can invite you to, and we are all doing this self-love journey together. So you probably maybe are just afraid to reach out to your friends. I'm sure they would be open to doing that with you. Let me know if you need me to do it with you. I'm always here. And it's really awesome to have an accountability partner. So guys, I hope you liked these tips. Please give me a like and please click subscribe so you don't miss that eating psychology video that's going to be released soon. And there's going to be more tips and tricks for self-care, food, hacks, and everything that you guys need to help you live your best life. I will say ciao for now, and I will say that I love each and every one of you. I know it's weird to hear if we don't know each other, but there's people that hate each other for no reason, so let's love one another for no reason, and we will find reasons later to love one another.